Yeah, well, you know, you need a little bit of salt when you're adding a lot of pepper. And of course, that is Kassad and YNK are Wise Analyst Desk. We are ready, though, to get this back action underway. That's our last one of the best of ones for myself and Chad. OG, NIP, Chadney. They're calling it 50-50. And it is old familiar. We do see 1xBet leaning NIP's way by a small margin. Mirage between these two.
Yeah, so nothing new on this map, everybody. I'm sure you know this one very, very well. But
you
the
have
newest
to not
name,
be facetious about Mirage.
I was going to do a lovely segue into our boy Linus, who's taken over from ZTR here. He's been promoted temporarily from the Young Ninjas roster. So this is one we will be keeping our eyes on here. This boy on your screen just there, LNZ. His actual name is Linus. I'm sure in Swedish it's pronounced quite differently, but we'll give it a crack. So let's see what NIP have to offer here today. I'm also very excited about this new OG roster as well.
Yeah, OG does look like he wants to... Sorry, OG. Alexi does look like he wants to speak to the manager, doesn't he?
He does. He has. He's got the lovely...
Yes,
lovely
I'll wait.
lock.
Yes, I'll wait. Check the back.
Okay, well, P250 in the hands of Rez, and oh, he's peppering away towards that triple box. Damage done.
B finish. Nico. A lot more than he bargained for on that jump peak, and a nice recovery. Taking Device down. It has lost them the sight, though. A smoke blooms on the window, completely isolates Alexi's entrance. Rez is even in a position to catch him on the rotate here. How quick is Flames eat? Flames. He changed his mind.
He changed his mind.
He changed his
twice.
mind. But Rez, yeah, just by existing. Look how busy he's kept them. Valda has to commit to the site. Alexi would love to get across, and that's the fight he needed. So does Flames, providing another. Hiding by the bench. They are low, put lower, but Alexi keeps it competitive, and he's the one with the kit. They can do this. Turning it on its head, and LNZ is the one responsible. Linus, what you got? Pressure right out of the gate. It doesn't look like he's got enough time. Alexi will take the round. Linus, all he had to do was survive, getting a bit hasty in his pursuit of that one-on-one.
Yeah, I can't blame the kid for being nervy, right? Let's just talk about the context of this situation. NIP, obviously, with that great run there over in Flashpoint, the RMR event, number 3. Not number 3 for the RMR, but number 3 for Flashpoint, with ZTR, right? And we've seen ZTR's development, or maybe lack thereof, as to why we are seeing Linus in the server today. But to get stepped up, and not only to be playing for the main team, but to be playing with the main team with the biggest roster change ever, and having Device, the bloody GOAT, things are interesting, to say the least.
So is that. Look, Plovsky was far and away expecting 2 people to be gunning him down upon his first turn of that Palace corner, and Flames has taken full ramp control. They're up connector. This is fruity right out of the gate. This looks like Linus has found an early head. Smoked off in response, but it has nullified some of the early advantages OG seized from the find on Plopsky.
Yeah, Mantu maintaining this control. Hampus knows that the jig is up here, so we're very careful about this clear. Oh, Willie. Oh, yikes! Cop that one right there. Mantu slammed.
He was looking the other way. Quick one right to the peripheral vision from Hampus. Well, now it really does get uncomfortable. So OG, they did this before. You know, it looked like they'd lost the sight. It looked like it was all Rez had the rotate locked in. They were a 4v3 disadvantage, and they did turn it on. But now, with 2 AKs and armored, healthy AKs in play, it's starting to tip further and further towards NIP's playbook. Now, if it's Valda exclusively checking stairs from this position, Alexi would have to do it all. Not anymore. Good find from Rez. Looks like that second round response, especially on the T side, and now with the bomb down, everything is going the Ninja's way.
Yeah, huge problem there when Alexi went down. Rez heard it. Not only that, the defuse kit now dropped in no man's land. Valda, sure, he's up close and personal, but he can't peek. There's so many eyes on his position. And a great response here. Yeah, I think he's just going to see if he can hopefully save, unless he's timed out. But there we go. He made a little move. Thanks for that one, Valda. Maybe a note for everybody who aren't too familiar. OG, if you follow the social medias right now, they're doing a bit of a boot camp situation, which is great for them as well. OG struggled to get boot camps going at all in the past with MBK and Issa in play, and now they've made it happen twice in the last couple of months. So good for the development of the team. There's the corpse of Mantu. He's just having a bit of a rest, guys. He's not dead, I promise. He's just having a rest.
Yeah, and it's not worth lingering on your mistakes unless you're learning from them, right? You know, like it's so. With OG, perhaps some of their shortcomings with that previous aforementioned roster. They are probably, you know, attacking that component within their poor performance. And that was a great shot from
so much skill here, right?
Yeah.
Like, at one point, Valde was the player in discussion. If Astralis needed a new player, it should be him. Mantu is obviously the biggest surprise here. Alexi, well, we all know about Alexi. Nico's heroics in heroic. And, well, Flames as well. A bit of one of those raw talents we've been talking more and more about.
Oh, you know, it wasn't far off. Alexi takes a glance, and Hampus takes a head. And Nico's lost his B defense there. Whether it was a jump peek or not, a good shot. Alexi's lingering on that smoke to try and punish Rez again.
Oh, had another chance just there through the cusp, gets the tag. So Device is now put on down to 29, but the number disadvantage for OG is the real problem. Flames, he's playing back from tickets, so there's nobody up close and personal to maybe get a mop up here with a multi-kill onto that low HP at Device. And still, look at all the util left over for NIP this late in the round. They can do whatever execute they want.
You're right, Threat's having a field day right now. They don't even have to commit behind this util, but with the fact that Plopsky and Hampus have got out mid completely uncontested, they can throw Con. Oh, prior to the A-smokes, if they desire, Flames wants info. They tuck in, and they're given another frag for free. Very little chances for the OG to defense now. It's only that scout on Alexi. How far could it possibly get him? Another tag. Hello. Rez, another victim, but he's very quick on the AK-47. An uncontested bomb plant found.
I think it's good to see Rez really starting to come into his own again. You know, I feel like he's been like oh, is he going to check? He is. Yeesh. Nice shooting right there. Last man spotting of Mantu here, over towards the checkers position, dodging back in towards B and hopes to hold on to that MP9. But this was a force buy investment from OG, so they will be humbled in the next round and they won't be winning this one by any means. Hampus on 1, Rez on 3.
Yeah, look at all their health.
Run!
One, like, descriptor, nice, that I landed on with NIP is that they're such a huge embodiment of the new generation arriving. I think they're a little microcosm for it, where you kind of see 4 names, where Rez is the most experienced member under Device, and Rez was 4 years ago starting.
Yeah.
And then contrast that with Device and the tenure of some of the players on the other side of your screen. Ooh. The likes of Alexi.
Speaking about the other side of our screen, this one here is the B stream right now. Fnatic taking on VP. Now, if you joined us for the EG game, you'll know that we've been talking about their recent woes. Fnatic's just as bad, if not worse, in terms of their recent performances, and they've been very down on themselves. You've been seeing that across the social media, that the likes of JW, you're talking about tenured players. JW won the first CSGO major back in 2013. So a bit of a fall from grace in recent times from Fnatic. So any positive result they could have against a VP who, well, they came second in what I think most people would argue is the most stacked RMR at the moment, the CIS, is not going to be an easy feat. But another best of one, another Vertigo. It's nice to see it being picked more and more in the map pool.
Certainly, I mean, best of ones where we've seen Vertigo and Ancient both crop up. Teams really are expanding their map pools. Oh,
poor Linus has had he's got my tech woes, Alex. I do this one all the time.
He's made a second desktop.
And I love it when I explain it to people, I'm like, Chad, what are you talking about?
It's like, it's a second desktop. There's no Counter-Strike being played.
There's nothing there. I can hear you guys.
I know you exist.
Yeah. You got to like press Windows key and this, that, and then press the arrow key to go
Cancel
back.
It.
It's a real faff. If there is a way to disable that feature, ladies and gentlemen, tech wizards at home.
The gaming keyboards, they do have a complete disable of the Windows key, and the nerds at ESL on the PC, the Intel PCs they provide, they come default with Windows key disabled.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So
all right.
Obviously Linus doesn't have that luxury just yet.
Soon.
Hopefully. TM. Does look like Fnatic are just a little shy of another conversion there. So we had a tech issue. Looks like it's been resolved as discussed. We are ready to get our next game, or rather next round underway of this game. Just a slight MP9, a deagle. It's unfavorable. NIP gonna look to keep this as clean as can be, and will use every trick in the book to keep them at arm's length. You will see them take a much more passive and distant default. See if they can get any of those fights. I say distant. It does look like Hampus is closing in on that ladder room clear. And he's got Rez to count on for their potential info jiggles. That was one. Flamesy wants answers, and Hampus doesn't clear his corner. Mantu has caught him and found a rifle. Rez could be in trouble here now. Oh, they push in.
That's a team molly, what?
Team molly, yeah, it is. Oh dear. And now 2 rifles have hit the floor. 2 bodies, no less, for the Ninjas in Pyjamas. And this is not a round they can afford to give up. It was a possibility, sure, but OG have made it a reality. And Zed, he's holding the right angle. He's holding exactly what he needs to. Mantu's even considering a fast flank here, and they can use their numbers to their advantage. 50 seconds, the entirety of the Ninjas in Pyjamas squad is in a tiny pixel square. They're even opting for a stairs boost. I don't hate it. Off the flash. Mantled up. Nico's ready, but LNZ is better. Only the one. He's fallen, and that MP9 is singing in the hands of Valda. OG only have one more to find. It is the notorious device, not to be today. And there is a disastrous round for the Ninjas and absolutely heroic from OG.
Yeah, a bit of a fumble there from NIP, all things considered. That's one of the things Hampus does very well on gun rounds, is taking space on his lonesome, but you can see what happens there when he doesn't get that traction. Deagle bullet to the dome. Easy as you like. And yeah, that, I guess it had to have been Device's molly from that trajectory from the Palace position. So potentially a miscommunication, but regardless, we get back underway with the full guns. AWP's out for both primaries, Mantu and Device equipped. Rifles for everybody else. Util is there as well. And this looks like a bit of a argy-bargy contact play up towards this ramp. Lamp flash ready from Device. Hampus ready with some util of his own.
And Mantu still gets to use his AWP. Lethal action. Flames as well provides another on top of that, compounding an already disastrous round. They've only got 2 left. 1, it's all over. Device. The round has only just begun, and he's got 10 HP and not a single teammate to speak of.
Nico's here to close that door.
Perfection.
Destroyed, dismantled, and absolutely owned right there. That is a clean sweep for OG.
4 AKs and an AWP. You could not ask for a better. And at round 6, if they can hold on to this, if they can string together as they should against this next round, for sure, they're going to start being even more spicy in the individual duels.
It's such a curious experiment from NIP, right? To bring in, obviously he's from the academy team, right? So they know that he understands whatever system that likely the main squad is working with, or at least something similar in terms of the workflow. It's just so crazy to go, you know, this is the perfect event to do so. I would say, I think for IEM Summer, this is, I don't want to call it a teething event, but it's like, it's not a practice event in that way, but it's a great way to iron out some of your kinks, right? It's a great way to work out where some of your shortcomings are, or try something new, just like Ancient that we've seen. There's Valda getting the better of Hampus. But you want to know one of the key features here, and it might be a sleeper feature, is 14 of the 16 teams that we have in attendance at this event have just been playing in RMRs over the last couple of weeks, right? North American, we had Summit running that, we had the CIS one with the Epic League, and Flashpoint were doing the EU side. So 14 of the 16 names. Those 14 teams, Alex, were unable to have the coach with them while the games were live because the new major rules,
absolutely,
the coaches are not allowed to be in the room. So we're going to see which teams are benefiting by having the coaches back. It's not going to be very clear, but at least we can speculate and have that as a discussion
cross-reference data.
Yeah,
I'll give you that.
All right, 4-2. Guns back out here for NIP. This time round, there will be no AWP for Device.
So for all Valve events, majors included, no coaches will have any impact?
I think once we get to back to LAN for the major, it should be fine. I think it's just for the RMRs online because, look, we obviously had the drama last year.
We have some chapters. We have some chapters in our book. We do.
We're learning. We're growing.
As every relationship does.
Yeah. So it's been some hard times recently, but I'm hoping we're coming out on the other side of it soon. Fingers crossed.
Slopsky's ahead of that deep smoke they're throwing from CT spawn.
That's a very defensive smoke there from Alexi. It's actually going to obscure his vision towards Catwalk. So if NIP wanted to walk up around behind it, they could, but we can see they're just parking the bus right now. 2 players towards the top mid box. We've got Hampus out towards Delpan. He's going to start having a looky-loo in towards Connector now. And slow stuff as you like here from NIP. This is seeming more CIS than EU right now, but regardless. Map control has been taken. Rez into the vent room. OG have been thrust back. Flames is the only player in a forward position over towards that A ramp with a jiggle right now. And Mantu with a little bit of info over towards B. It's tough angle to fight on. Bomb setting back towards B here on Device's back. Might be a split finish with Rez up towards that vent room. Alexi's on notice too.
Ramp info being pursued. And it's about to be called clear. Mantu and Nico ready themselves for action. And the first is another stunning shot. He hasn't missed a shot yet. He's about to be tested though. Oh, it is actually LNZ that jumps into the crosshairs. Takes one for the team. Rez lives on to find the frag, and now a 3 versus 2 with the bomb being planted. That molly's a little late. Device down to 62. You couldn't ask for 2 better ninjas for this. Rez and Device. He's certainly in a spot of bother. They're so paranoid about apartments. It's 2 from the kitchen. They've lost Rez. Device demanded to clutch. Cowering behind that bench, and he will just be tapped away at eventually. Nice find from Flames, and OG extend their lead. 5 now to the Ninjas in Pyjamas 2. It's been a while since we saw a Ninja round. 4 in consecutive fashion from OG.
And you know what that means? It means a boatload of cash. Check out OG's finances right now. After the full buy, Valda has himself still over 10K. Nico, he's going to get himself a gun off the ground there. He's got roughly 6.
I've never seen that exact transpiration. You know, I've never seen someone jump out just as your eyes are on short and actually be plucked from the air before you could even touch the ground.
Device, you could see there, was biding his time, hoping a pick would come his way. Like nothing came his direction whatsoever. Alexi's hair is getting quite long, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a regular Ragnar Lothbrok.
Okay, well, the timeout for NIP has been taken, and let me talk you through how this buy is looking. Plopsky's into a Mac 10, and same can be said for LNZ. There can be a bit of light util around this, some Kevlar, some head armor, some deagles and whatnot. So this might be more of a set piece. You wouldn't try and pull out a round like this unless you had a bit of an idea in your back pocket. And over towards B they head. Could be a bit of the classic here. Hampus top mid, 4 in the B apartments. Valda and Nico over towards that B site to receive. Util trying to hold them back towards B at the start of things. And yeah, they are lining up that
window smoke.
Yeah, the Mac 10s will be going in first here. So as long as they can bound and leap and hopefully hop between the Danish defense on the B bomb site.
2 up short side though. Bit of a blind spot as you drop down. All right, this is the smoke, this is the cue. Hampus returns to the pack, and here they come. Valda, responsible for a lot here, and they've actually smoked him off. This could enable a plant. They're uncertain as to where these CTs are. They must be expecting that smoke. The second has been deployed as well. Great setup from NIP to get into the site unscathed, and now they're starting to hit headshots as well. More provided by Rez. Nico still right up in the thick of it. And now Mantu's putting his name in the feed as well. Rez dancing around the site. Lots of angles of assault here. Another for Flames. It looks good for the Ninjas. Device to clutch. Damage done. 1 more bullet will seal it, and he does steal it. 3 for the Ninjas in Pyjamas, and off the back of a very well thought out, well executed deagle. That's all it took.
That's interesting, right? Normally we see that execute come in pretty quick, right? They'll all get into the halls, they'll throw it within like the first maybe 10 to 15 seconds of being there, but NIP weren't any rush, and you can see a bit of a missed smoke there above one of the players over towards that B balcony. So the execute didn't even go perfectly, and they're able to convert just to partial buy. Now, with all that residual cash we were talking about from OG, no issues with their buy, but could be going forward if they lose another consecutively. NIP back in this in a big way.
It's so endearing, isn't it, when you cut to Linus's cam and you realise he's sitting there in the boot cam. He just can't quite believe his luck.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, holy schmoly.
A couple of days ago, I'm sure he was dreaming of this.
I mean, well, yeah, that was the Plopsky story. Now it's just going to be the NIP story, I guess.
I think the way that they're using their academy roster is sick, and I think this mid control right now, it could turn out...
What's he supposed to do? Device desperate to get out of trouble. He smoked himself, flashed himself, dropped all of his util in pursuit of an escape.
He's still going to play. Looking at him, Nico wants to get him.
And another flash. Nico turns it, and he will finish the job. Poor Device trapped. But site space taken. This is a huge find from Plopsky. He's tucked in deep into that B site. Now, the bomb is so disconnected. If Hampus is cleared, round is over.
Oh, this is such an awkward clear.
Oh, dear. There's the bomb, and Nico cannot believe the call he's just made. I have the bomb in T-spawn. He's dropped a smoke straight on it. And Plopsky might have an advantage in the sense of just being a little quicker to this than Nico's expecting from mid-angle. He's looking more towards the apartments. Doesn't even clear it. Doesn't even clear it.
Another smoke.
Nice find. Big find from Plopsky. He could certainly make the 1v2 a reality now. 25 as he scavenges the bomb.
Mantu's not going to beat him there either. He'd have to be running now.
Yeah. Mantu has started to pick up the pace.
This is the least likely position that Plopsky will be expecting Mantu to come from right now. If these footsteps aren't heard, Mantu has a huge advantage.
You're right. He's looking at stairs. He's looking jungle. CT. Mantu, a real advantage. And just about gets it across the line. There was a moment where that one shot could have rung out from the AK. But they'll take it. They'll take that all day long. And it's another OG round, 6 now. And a quick response to what was otherwise that 1v1 we saw pulled out by Device. He didn't get to play any Counter-Strike in that previous round. Nico finished him off after the util dump. And you'd thought Nico had done enough. So fair play to Plopsky for making it competitive.
Yeah, good plant as well. That plant has given NIP another buy round. So that's really good stuff, at least for the future of the Ninjas here. OG, they'll be able to buy again themselves, but cash is still strapped. So we'll just take one round from the predominantly Swedish roster to crack that piggy bank open. Bit of a smoke to play around here in window. And Alexi, it's going to get dicey. We know your movement's good, but can't fumble too much. Mantu flashback smoked off. Nades of his own in exchange here as NIP just comb forward in middle to grab control with 4.
Yo, they're boosting right in front of their noses. They spotted him. Surely they're behind you, under you, everywhere.
Oh, what?
Both of them fall. Device couldn't believe his luck.
That is awkward as hell.
Practically a collateral headshot with the AK. You don't see those too often.
This should be a save. Pull the pin, pull the plug, get on out of there.
Well,
that crazy.
I mean, that was funky. You're not going to see that again. You don't see that in 3 Mirages back to back. Boosting over the smoke as they walked through it, disrespecting it. And I mean, yeah, you could have flipped a coin as to who was going to be favored with the advantage in that duel.
It's such a risky maneuver, right, for what they've gone for. Hey, let's walk through the smoke and explode onto the B bomb site. Like, it's a risky call, but it's one of those pace-changing calls, and it's obviously not something you're hugely expecting. So back and forth we go again. Hard to really separate these two right now. 6-4. Alexi and Flame should be able to drop guns for Volda and Nico respectively. So once again, no issues in the buy department. Where's Device grab both of these? Just,
he was blocked by them.
With them.
He was blocked by them the whole time. He's like, this is a pretty big smoke. Wait, hang on.
Oh, he didn't even see the second guy.
Yeah.
Just got very lucky in that one right there. So
well, we take those.
Yeah. No, guys, I meant to do that, I promise. Okay, well, I guess that's what Plopsky was talking about. You know, Device, he's good in every situation.
Yeah, I think that was exactly a prime example of that, yeah.
All right. Well, round number 11. NIP, I would say, are in the power position here, right? If these rounds continue back and forth like this, and all they need is a consecutive, and they can break OG as long as there's no saves. We'll put that asterisk in play now.
Oh, Champus has been swallowing these mid-nades. That's not the first or the second time I've seen him have to operate at 50. His religion of taking early connector control. Wait, more than early connector control. He wants to try and catch Alexi with the timing here.
Oh, you cheeky beaver.
Oh, he's walked straight past him and he finds it. The smoke gimmicks, back-to-back rounds. This time it's maybe favoring the Ninjas. I say this time, it did last time. 2 for 2.
Another nade.
Hampus, another nade with his name on it. And Valda, I don't know if he's got the moves
this is so awkward.
Win this fight, yeah. LNZ, by taking down Nico, that's the round called off. And he hears the sound cues enough to signify the same. NIP, 2 rounds in a row where it's come down to some real cheeky maneuvers early through their own smokes.
Yeah, just having a look at the scores on the doors as well right here. It hasn't necessarily been anybody on NIP going huge, right? If I'm just going to run through the frag charts for everybody, Rez is sitting at the top on 8, but then you have Plopsky and Hampus both sitting there with 6 apiece, and then LNZ and Device both with 5 apiece. So it's not crazy in terms of the frag charts. Yeah, as you can see right here, we are only 11 rounds of play in, but it's quite an even spread. Over there for the CTs, Mantu with 11 to his name. Flames with 10. He managed to pick up 2 in that round. Nico with 9, 4 for Alexi, and Valda with 5 frags for him. So, yeah, very contested stuff here, and we're on the tail end of the half. Only 3 more rounds to go, and what I foretold has come into fruition. OG are now just down to Pebbles, the saved rifle, and an upgraded deagle for Mantu. They're not operating with a lot here. Oh, even less now. Great shot from Device. Hampus lights up Alexi through the smoke, and, well, we might be 6-6 before we know it. Blink and you miss it. Should we get Rush to do this one?
He hasn't done one today, has he?
You haven't done one in a while, Rush.
Valdi sneaking through. Can't get the second though, but Nico has got a good spot here. He's got the weapon for the job. He's not going to know where the bullet's coming from, but choosing to take it slow here as a res. X-ray off. See what he sees. Do we have his crosshair too? I didn't make the bind.
Oh.
It's a good spot. Oh, catches a glimpse. Oh, Mantu. It's an AK recovered. Anything's possible here.
As he darts away from the site.
Go into a better position. Big flank coming in here. This could be plenty of time on the bomb. Taking it quiet though. He knows he has the time. Bomb down on the A site.
What's Nico doing though?
Nico, he's preparing.
Preparing?
Yeah, got the USP.
Starting to think it through.
He's got the no kit.
Rush,
it's going to have to be a 10-second defuse here.
Next round we get you to do you reckon you could do it from like a RP kind of thing, and you can RP all the characters?
What, he puts
Plopsky,
on his robe and wizard hat.
He's a cop. Plopsky.
He's a cop.
He needs more 77s on his position.
Okay.
OOC, really, dude.
Really, dude?
Book.
Okay, don't know what weird secret language these two people are speaking. I apologize for that intermission.
SQCL's in the chat.
Oh my God, Chad, what have you become? You've become everything you hated. I love it. It's nice to see the capacity for change.
I got sucked into the GTA 5 RP no pixel server. There's all the drama, Penta, XQC.
As if you don't have enough drama in your CSGO world. All right, well, Mantu does manage to post up for the mid-cross, and he spots 2, unable to pull the trigger. Full mid-control to the ninjas. No one from OG able to question. You can see the super safe jump peek from Valder. I'm not sure he's going to go for it again. Oh, and a suspicious smoke. I don't think he fancies that. No, thank you very much.
Nothing's changed from OG. It's just this same setup, right? They're more than happy to allow NIP to grab this mid control, get into the vent room, and then decide whatever execute they want to go for here. Now, sure, there's been some unfortunate events that have led to round losses, and Mantu, damn, he's quick. Hampus is gone, but it's still looking like a B split here. A lot of action for Valder and Nico again.
Device. He's checking his corners, didn't clear it fully, and now Nico enabled for 1. They're about to crash into Valder, and he's got nothing to show for his defense. Alexi, nice find. Nice find as well, though, from the newbie. Linus, as we're trying to call him. Brain still figuring that out. Linus and Plopsky, 2v2. Mantu doesn't seem to miss. What a start to Mirage he's been having. Can he come up clutch? Linus, 2 to find. Jiggling out. Baits the shot. And already finding Mantu. He could. He doesn't. Flames nicely positioned. Just good spacing. You can see how that momentary lapse of any information led to a favorable fight. Flames takes it. Brings Mantu Zorp, and it's a pretty damn good job. He gets to put that back in his teammates' hands because Mantu seems prime right now with the AWP.
Yeah, he's hitting some quick flicks, and I think that's going to be necessary here. This one onto Hampus. Just that head spotted over the stairs. Device has done his best. This one here, oof, look at that. Lovely stuff.
Little flick of the wrist.
Yeah, Flames, right? We're all talking about LNZ or Linus as the rookie, right? Flames is another one, right?
Yeah.
It's just there's so many of these kids sprouting up these days, and it's great to see, right? They are, when I call them kids, like we're talking 17 years of age. These guys are super rookies. Still no real look-in for OG to fight for mid-control, right? I guess so much time is bled off the clock when NIP is doing this this mid-default that they don't feel the need to rush things. But look at this, creeping through the apartments on his lonesome will be Devet. 2 up ramp.
Window smoke returns, so full denial of that mid-info. It's the right gamble, though. OG, with a distinct lack of information, are in the right place. It doesn't stop Device, and that Palace crawl from rearing his ugly head. Bomb, however, is loose. Trades, important. Flames has already found one. A missed shot from Device gives more leeway for this defense. Look at Valda go. Tapping away on the smoke. Device trying to use that smoke, but he's going to just be spotted on the descent. Oh, Device still spots it. Despite Valda having the information and the advantage, Mantu's been asked to clutch.
Hard clear here.
He's not looking. He's not checking it. He didn't find Hampus. And a 7th for the Ninjas in Pyjamas. It was uncertain as to how that one was going to shape up.
Yeah, looking like the 8th here as well. Check out that cash situation for OG one more time. On the tail end, the economy siphoned away, and now at best, we're looking at a Famus for Valdes, some Deagles upgraded into here, and I think it's going to be much of a muchness for the likes of Nico and Alexi B. If there's a defuse kit, that's going to be a huge luxury. Whereas NIP, they've got everything they want. They're even rocking into this round with double ops. Rez is equipped one.
For their for the A-pop they just called, the beauty of having Hampus alive and well when they're doing that is that they can all be clearing default and dark side of A.
Yeah,
and they just have
about those rotators.
None of that is a threat.
It's beautiful. And that's why Hampus is such a nuisance, right? The fact that he can be so weedy and get in the back lines there. Rez, with that second AWP, able to find the opening of the rounds, and only 4 more to find here to give themselves the slightest of margins going into the second half.
He went for the bonus AWP and it's worked. I mean, up against Deagles, you'll take every advantage you can get because Flames has got an absolute hot and steamy Desert Eagle. Mission accomplished. He does vacate. But that one's, yeah, going to leave a mark. All right, well, it's definitely a different round for our final of NIP's T campaign.
Such an interesting method, right? We've seen this plenty of times before with in-game leaders. Yeah, get them like blame F and yard control and then pivot everybody else.
The same smokes from a completely different setup, by the way. Worth observing that, again, they just deny that mid-info. OG have been operating in such a black box. Oh, not quite the same smokes. Good catch, team.
The thought that counts, right?
Maybe. I think it's the frags that count, and Mantu would have to find 2 of them. Rez didn't quite clear his corners, and he does find the double demanded.
This is doable for Nico.
Armor Deeg. Device has to plant. He's only got 25 seconds to do it. Oh, baby. Oh, baby! Straight through the smoke. First bullet. And an AK. Hampus has got a Scarper straight across. Spotted. He has been spotted. A flash for this fight. Hampus elevates. Oh! It's a good chance and a good spray. Nico makes it work. 1v2 to snatch the half. 8-7. A tiny margin separating them. Swapping sides. OG take to the attack. NIP to defend when we return from our break.
Let me start off by welcoming both of you to IEM Summer. It's great to have the team here, and I'm happy that you wanted to spend a little bit of time with me. Plopsky, you had a bit of an interview over the Swedish newspaper talking about Device and what it was like playing with him. So we thought to make it maximally awkward, we would bring Device onto the couch so that you can repeat more or less the same thing. So just tell us with maximal awkwardness, what is it like playing with Device?
So what I said in the interview was that I really enjoy playing with Device. That he's a really easy person to play with because he knows. I mean, he's basically played for a long time and he's very experienced and he's very good at the game. So he knows a lot of what to do in different situations, and he's telling us a lot of things that we can do better and help us to become better players. And I really like that because I like to learn, and I learn a lot from watching him play because obviously he's played for a long time and he's really good. So yeah, he's a really easy person to play with and also a really fun player outside of the game as well. So overall, 10 out of 10.
What do you want to say to this OG team that you're coming in to play now? Send a message to OG. It's good. We're playing them best of one game. It's hardcore. Let's see what you got.
You want to go first?
You can go first.
Okay.
All right.
This one goes out to you, OG. Flames, my good friend. I hope you burn in all the Molotovs we'll throw at you. And yeah, to the rest of you guys, Alexi especially, watch out. Like, track record isn't too good. Got kicked off a team that was in the major final. I mean, like, yeah, watch your back. That's all I'm going to say.
Fantastic. Plopsky, you're up next. Your turn.
I hope you never feel comfortable in the match.
Thank you guys so much. And of course, best of luck in the upcoming game here at IEM Summer. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Jungle or something.
Nice!
Man,
go.
nice. Well played, Nico.
Bro, you're not losing this, bro. Big round,
Yeah,
big
but
round.
why is that? Like, what's the secret, 1-2?
Secret?
The Polish gens, the UK gens?
Last alive.
Good to hear from the OG camp. They are still in play, as are the ninjas in pajamas. Anders Bloom. Anders Bloom, the master of pulling trash talk out players. We've been trying to do that for 10 years, Chad. I swear to God, it's the first time I've actually not been curling my toes as players were encouraged to trash talk.
I think Anders is just the cuddly teddy bear, so he's super disarming, and you don't want to let the teddy bear down.
You got anything to say? Good luck. You know, we lived that reality for 2 years. Thank you, Anders Bloom.
Oh, standing ovation. All right, let's get into this one. Pistol round underway here. Device immediately smoked off. Blind through the smoke headshot. We love to see it. Mantu's hit the deck.
Doesn't matter if you're the last alive this time, Mantu. It's, oh my God, Linus gets a warning shot to the bow.
Hello.
Hampus checked, and he still does well to find the first. And Nico loses his armored P250 privileges. A quick turn of the head from Flames. 180 on a dime, needs another. Device is the challenger, and he's gone. Good find. Now we've got a round. Plopsky has the kit, Res 2, and the bomb is on its way, or at least it's a battle for Flames. He's taking every single one.
Oh, they
Not
need to get up
easy
there.
to retrieve. Res to clutch. Now he's got armor, kit, and a smoke. He actually could not have any more. Full HP. The NIP offices fall silent. As does the entire bomb site. There's Flames caught. And Alexi to clutch. Now with the bomb being on its own, you can't boost to retrieve it. He's going to have to go for a bit of an adventure himself. Up the barrel, over the van, and either scarp or away. Rez doesn't have that info either, but Alexi's sticking around. He's going to have to suspect something's up, and Alexi just hits the shot. A war of attrition won, and OG take the pistol.
Yeah, well, that was a nice round there from Flames. And if you just caught the segment coming back in with the team comms, maybe it was a bit quick to understand, but Flames is asking Mantu how he's clutched out that situation. He's gone, is it the Polish genes? Is it the UK genes? And Mantu's gone, just about being last alive. So, bit of a cheeky one there, but good to see the youngster chipping on in with a couple of quick frags. Essential kills, and that's only Alexi's 6th right there. So to clutch out a big one, good stuff from the in-game leader, and this is where Alexi can start to do some of his best work on this T side. Looks a bit like a default spread here. Alexi and Flames over towards A to deal with pushes. Nico over towards B will be joined by Mantu very shortly. Bomb down in T-spawn, no eyes on mid right now, so a little bit concerning, but we can see, not a problem right here, right now, but Device might become one.
He loses apps as soon as he pulls the trigger. Never mind, he's thought better of it as nades are thrown towards A. And obviously you have a gamble nature to you in these kind of buys.
This is a complete fake. Device is still in underpass right now. Eyes on Device because he might be able to stop the bomb here. Going to be a little bit too late.
Oh, Flames has seen him. Chance for Device, 2 clicks of the mouse and nothing to report.
Okay, this will go down for free, and NIP, I know with Threat in that driving seat, they're going to do their best to hold on to these 4 upgrades. Hide wherever you can, Plopsky, Linus, Resi Boy, and Hampus, because OG have secured themselves the 10th. First at double digits here.
Can we just admire as well that just how much of a safe call all of that was? You know, against this kind of buy, a little contact, a frag, even better, and walk the bomb to the opposite side of the map.
Yeah, people are a bit more jumpy in these force buy rounds, right? Because you're hoping you're in the right place with the lower buy to capitalize on them, and here you can't be.
The only team I've actually kind of observed like a resistance to that knee-jerk reaction on anti-ecos is like Gambit. I swear they have these kind of this faith, whether it's like, I don't know where this wisdom comes from, but they'll be like, but actually it's always going to be a B. Don't move.
I feel like with them, it's like, for Gambit, no matter how the round ends, they just want to get the percentage play, right? Like I always said that about Astralis, but with Gambit, it's like, yeah, okay, well, if we try to rotate over there now, maybe we lose 1 to 2 players, and then we're out of position. Let's just keep what we have and try it again next round, right? That's what it's like. They're the type of kids, you know, it's like, okay, well, you know, I'm not winning today, but I'll take my toys home and I'll come again and try tomorrow. Like that's how it always feels with them. That's why I think they're probably one. I'll have to check the stats, but it feels like they're one of the teams that save the absolute most. Now, wanted to give everybody a quick little B-Stream update here because we did talk about it before, but go check out, it's on the ESL or the IEM Twitter, go and check out this bloody spray transfer from Yakinda. It was beastly. He just dismantled them. And not only that, the scoreline right now is sitting at 13-3. So Fnatic is still up struggle street without a paddle here. Now, the reason that's important is the winner of this game, OG versus NIP, plays the winner of Fnatic versus VP. So our game's not yet to be decided, but it is looking likely it will be VP waiting in the wings.
Oof. That's a head-to-head up for either of these opposition that I think will be a real good litmus test for what exactly they're going to be capable of here at IEM Summer. This is a chance for us to truly get a taste, a sample all of the ingredients that will be within Cologne. Linus lines 2 shots, not the third, little shy. Hampus is in a bit of a predicament now. Long-range Deagle hopefuls, and he's been run down by the Alexi B Mac 10. Okay, wow, Flames again, top of the scoreboard. I want to reiterate, this is great for him. And Rez is just going to be biding his time. So that save has not bore fruit.
Yeah, and I think for one point with NIP, we saw them always buying Deagles, and I think we called them like the double dip Deagles because they kept doing those kind of either just the Deagle purchase or always with the saves. So not being able to make either of the right gambles here. It's a bit like roulette in this situation. You know, red, black, and then sometimes it lands on 0. So this time round, NIP completely in the wrong place. But the guns come out. Device gets his big green. The rifles for the rest are looking good. There will not be a diffuse kit in play unless Rez goes for something lighter than an M4A4. And, well, that will not be the case. Mac 10's held on to here for Valda and Nico. So the world is Alexi's oyster. If he wants to call something a bit more execute heavy,
he's actually
why the hell not?
Himself,
beautiful. Okay, looks like it might even just be an A set piece off the bat here.
It's been a while since I saw a straight, bare bones, common and garden A smokes.
Let's see how vanilla they keep it, shall we?
Here they go, through the smoke, an immediate Flames headshot. No hesitation. Flovsky's already gone, the smokes bloom, and they haven't even, in fact, they don't have the gap. There's supposed to be a gap between the 2 smokes. They have adjusted it just enough for no info on that triple cross.
And now that Rez has found one through the smoke, this can get a little bit more interesting. But once the bomb goes down, remember, no kit for NIP. That 40-second timer begins, and do they really want to throw it all in here and lose everything?
Well, Device is in a position so he can at least contribute, right?
Mantu's going around the world.
Dude, yeah, and Device is there to punish it. So if he could just stay hidden, he might be able to catch Mantu and then some. Oh, it's all hanging in the balance here. Valda, first victim. A second not found. Bench, he didn't check it. Gonna get swung on. Does have time to stabilize. Doesn't find Alexi, but that's traded. And the round-the-world maneuver may be falling a little flat here. He needs to find him perfectly. He can't even find Hampus. And a 10-second defuse. The ninjas defend the A smokes.
Oh, how does Device hit that second shot? Absolutely mental right there. The fact he gets the first shot, but nobody swung. Nobody was there to punish.
Yeah, and you can see, I didn't realize how well hidden, I say well hidden, there was a visible player, but tucked in on that bench, it was enough for Device to overlook it.
Yeah,
like this, like look,
here.
You saw a flash of it, out he pops.
Oh.
Nasty one for Nico to go down like that as well, but what a save for NIP. I mean, this could have been the start of the end of Mirage, Chad.
Definitely so, and the patience with no kit in play right there, that's a massive round for them to win. Sure, OG is still sitting pretty with the cash. The plant comes in again. That was a bonus round. They can buy once more, but NIP essential, and that AWP has been saved. This time round, in the buys, Plopsky's invested in a kit. Linus down to an MP9, but if he's anything like these other Zoomers, I'm sure he's about to get a 4K. Let's see how much resistance is left in the NIP camp. Scoreline's still very, very close. Only 3 rounds separate the 2.
What's the call off the break? OG have been throwing so many different balls down range. NIP, a very successful retake, and Device a big part of that. Round 20, Device to B. And Mantu as well. We're going to see them clash here. And Mantu's got the better of him. I mean, look at him. He's pushing forward, anticipating a Hampus trade. Oh! And Mantu's doing it all for OG. I think he caught a whisper
There's
of Rez.
here.
He suspects there's presence. A swing from Valda's not bad. And just as he looks away, OG have immediately responded with a very swift B take. 1 minute 24 as the B bomb goes down.
I'm going to go a little bit off topic here. Can we go back to Valda?
Go on.
Look how bloody tan this Dane is.
Yeah, but he goes for runs at, well, I was going to say 6 a.m. The sun's not shining then.
Yeah.
But
Maybe 10 a.m.?
10 a.m.?
Yeah.
10 a.m. run
But
after
just
he's had his
look,
oatmeal.
I want to know, Danish people out there watching, how do you maintain that level of tan, right? I swear, whenever I'm in Denmark, it's raining and miserable. So I wanted to first of all know, how is it possible? We met some Danes not that long ago, and they were all just that tan. So I think Valda's winning the tan race so far for IEM
Slight
Summer.
caveat, Chad, is the Danes we met were in Malta.
Oh yeah, but they couldn't have
that's
just,
why they were
you
brown.
reckon they got off the plane and they just instantly went brown?
I'm suggesting it's not unlikely that their holiday was longer than 2 days.
That's true. It could have been an extended break.
But let me see this. So the fact that Mantu, this is his reaction that impressed me. He pushed forward and was pre-aiming just that slither of Hampus. Like, Device is not a normal candidate to be there. The fact he's taken him first, he's just got that presence of mind, advance ahead of the incendiary, and he's a round-winning second from the AWP.
Yeah, that's huge stuff. And you can see the unfortunate nature for Rez there. He looked to see what that nade was, to see where he, and doing so, opened himself up to that death. So, oh, straight back in at Rez. Capitalizes quickly.
Slightest of gaps there. Device can't really work with it. Back to the drawing board for the Swedes. I can't say the Swedes anymore. Nice one. Wow, yeah. Nice one, Device. I'm not going to call it an international roster, so we'll have to find some articulation.
The Nords?
Not bad, not bad.
All right, well, now that they're down a man here, OG still have so much time to work with, and it appears that B is the next port of call. Regrouping with 3 right now and following not too far along. Only a pace or 2 is Nico.
It does look like Device is joining Plopsky. We could see ramp aggression for info, but for now they are flying blind. It is only Hampus jump peeking saying everything's fine that's confirming that everything's fine.
If they spot him and go, Hampus is on his own. There won't be a rotation quick. It's only Rez who can get there, and he'll be just in time. So this is going to come down to the finest of margins.
Drops his own smoke for survival. He's going to get sprayed at, and he does go down in that smoke.
Might have to be a save already.
Look how, you know, I'm going to try not to fawn over OG's executes on B too much because I know it's as simple as that smoke towards the door, but by timing it just right, that first fight on apps, he's gone B, B, B as that smoke's bloomed, and then by that point, the only channel into B from CT spawn side is that alleyway, that sight line from so many different angles you could be peeked on. It makes the fight so much. It makes the rounds much more like this. You know, we've got 8 people alive right now.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That round started with Rez getting a freebie through the smoky middle, and then all it took was a well-timed execute with the kill onto Hampus. Round over, round done. A 13 on the board for OG. And this is one of the things with this new firepower bolstered OG is how many is Plopsky going to get here? Oh, they know where the magic line in the sand is too, so nobody goes down. That's the thing with this OG roster. If they're able to have the tidy executes with the upgrade of firepower and Alexi B's intuition in calling. We've all heard it in the comms, the way that he can micromanage and some of his mid-round decision-making. That is a recipe for success right there. Look, I've always been... I don't want to say against the international roster. I just never thought the international roster would have communication on point as native speakers, right? But now that Mouse Sports are doing well, OG, they could be showing the same if they continue this form in this event. A real discussion for how far these international squads can go.
Oh yeah, and just a discussion for how far Counter-Strike has come.
That's true
Do you remember when the experts' opinion across the board was that international rosters were a meme?
Yeah.
I mean, that was the world we lived in, and now so many are competing at the highest level. So many big names are housed in international rosters. It's far from a meme. Here we go. Out of the Palace. They weren't ready for Rez, and he's got a teammate to rely upon. It's not just Rez. It was Plopsky too. A 3-on-3. Device aware of the Palace potential. Dipping in and out of that smoke. This is the fight he was waiting for, but Nico very quick on the draw. Hampus and Linus. Connector and CT. Mantu there with the T-AWP. It really is. As soon as that bomb goes down, I say as soon as. It's if the bomb can go down. Hampus has already warded them off a little bit. Oh, Shadow completely books him. And a hard shot. Yes, Mantu may have missed, but Linus has been handed a sandwich here, and he really doesn't fancy eating it.
Yeah, this is one of those options where the only thing is to try and hold on to the rifle again, but this should be 14 for OG, and not only that, maybe Alexi might let the dogs off on him. Maybe they might send him after for a bit of a hunt here.
But it's been B to A to, I mean, it's a stark contrast to what we saw from Nip, right? With these constant mid-standard defaults.
Well, this was beautiful. It was like a double pump. It was, we do the execute, they have to play smoke molly defense, dumping their own, and then we just come in with the waterfall out of the palace position. And here it is. Linus rocking a hard place down to 46 HP. He will get away with his life here. There's one of the new stickers. That's from last year's RMR. And only 2 more rounds right now from OG. Remember, winner of this will be playing against, well, I want to say
VP?
we'll be playing against VP. This line's 14-6 now. I feel like it's a matter of time. I don't want to be that guy, but...
Last time out, though, NIP have been using them as best they could. Threat in attendance as well, so this will be where he can use that microphone.
Only 1 CT round right now, Alex. That's not a great stat line by any means.
It isn't, but if you were, you know, privy to that conversation, what would you imagine would be a priority in the conversation? Like, what at the moment you've just been hit by full XX. Like, how do you? What can you have say in a CT team talk? Like, don't get executed on.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like right now, this is when we talk about being like a step behind. Like right now they're being out-called, and not only are they maybe being out-called in terms of the flow of the game, the economy is a lot more harsh.
Yes.
So that's why we're seeing it have to go for the saves, having to go for the low rounds instead of the force buys. So. They're on the rough end in multiple ways here, NIP. It's just somebody needs to step up in a big way with a multi-kill.
I was about to say,
you can't quantify that.
Device is going to be asked to be doing the same thing again. He's headed over towards the B side of the map, dispatched of his usual peaks. And Rez has come partnering up as well, so they've got a very heavy B lean.
This is safe stuff, though. You can see they've kind of taken a bit of spin off this one, OG, right? They're not going into a look-in early. And one of the changes that CT sides tend to go for when they are getting battered is they take more risks. They start to look for opening kills. They start to go for opening moves. So this passive stance from OG here is perfect to dissuade and deal with any of those such maneuvers. Sending the big man of Mantu back over towards the B site. A couple of speculative shots there with that AK might lull them into the AWP being elsewhere.
Oh, Linus, okay. That'll be enough of that, I think.
Yeah, defensive smoke dropped as well. That's a little bit skittish right there. He has dropped that out just with 1 molly coming off through and a shot of the AWP. So job done right now for the presence of OG over towards B apartments.
Device looking to move. He's immediately darting over to the A side. Keep everything else the same. Just let me be floaty. And he will be there in time. Hampus and Plopsky to defend. They have barely got a single incendiary. It's on Hampus. It's down to the AWP as well. Missed shot from Device. More to come. They peek back in. Mantu actually goes down to it. They exchange bullets.
Oh!
Device to the head. The wallbangs come in. Plopsky's got so much to do. He's being swung upon. And just as he looks away, averts his gaze. Flames tagged up through that tiny slither Device was holding.
Should get the bomb down here. There is space.
There is. Rez coming in from Connector. Bomb cannot be contested. Valda found, though. That's a big shot from Rez. He could even hit another, just the top of their bloody eyebrows. Flame still towards the Tetris, does go down. It's onto Alexi. He hasn't been able to escape. Stuck on this triple box. Timing is everything here. He hears Device drop off.
I don't know where he is. He's right next to them.
The bags are turned. He's got both, and he hasn't chosen to pull the trigger. Alexi B playing an absolute 5D game of chess here. And he takes him off the bomb. There's no time. The round is won. Alexi just with a dance around the bloody boxes. And NIP take another heavy blow. That's 15. And that's Alexi B.
Oh, my Lord. And Device went down with the bomb. Add insult to injury right there.
You have to be a certain type of badass to peek out, see both of the players you need to kill, and then just... no, actually, I'll stick to staring at this box, actually. Yeah, no worries. He didn't even move his mouse.
Oh, what an ice man.
He didn't even move his mouse, Chad. Look.
Yikes.
See you later. Yeah, I've won this round. Body shots as well, the audacity.
I think he thought he was playing hide and seek for a second there. Jeez, he just made them look stupid. And look what they've brought out as punishment. OG. How are you going to do him like this? Mac 10 and 2 P90s in play. You really going to do him like this?
A Mag 10 leading the pack. 50 bullets of P90 action going to be loaded. Oh man, that's such a heartbreaker as well. To lose like that, Alexi's made him feel like tits.
Yeah, absolute red face right there. Well, here we go, the P90s. What do we got? Whew. Just Linus. It's just Linus, Alex.
Wait,
it's just Linus.
Not Linus,
it's
not
just
the new
Linus.
kid, not the new kid.
Don't be nice.
Here it comes. Didn't check it.
Get him, Linus.
Get them all. Oh, Valda has shut them down. And with a 3v3 established, it's a very uncomfortable retake. They've got one M4, and it's coming in from the underpass. Late rotate, Plopsky will join him through the apartments. Rez through short. Kitchen's going to be cleared soon. Oh, wow. OG are playing such a good game. They're just clearing Kitchen. And if they can, and do, then Mantu can deal with the rest. He's got short and apps on lock. This one is over. Smoked off the AWP, that's a good start. Mantu does have to be reactive to the apartments as well. Rez is trying to distract as best he can. They crawl out towards the truck. They're in. But still, Rez spotted and deleted. Mantu just so stern. Hampers with the double.
Plopsky has a kit.
Can they hold it? 5 seconds and he's hunted down. Hampers the bodyguard. And NIP say play on.
Whoa. That round right there, all the distraction from Rez coming up cat, he double naded, he threw the smoke, they had no idea. All they knew was Kitchen was clear. That was perfectly done there from NIP and they were under the pump.
Well, because our game's not continuing, we'll see if theirs is nearly finished. VP Fnatic on Vertigo, and it does seem like unless Golden's doing another one of his absolute 1v4 specials, once or twice a tournament. Hang on. It could be very well be over. The bomb's still ticking in his favor, but that is, of course, going to be the victor of that, meeting the victor of ours. Will it be OG? Find out in a moment.
Oh, he won it.
He actually won it.
Golden actually won it.
I called it. All right. Well, 15-9. It's the least hype 1v4 I've cast. It is an Alexi B. So damn much damage in middle, but they do leave with a body to the good.
Okay. This is getting strange now.
4 ramp space taken. A 4 versus 3. Now, if you do want to have a glance at T-Spawn, which I'm sure Flames is going to be called to do, it's going to be short-lived. There is going to be a gap for Plopsky to jump through, whether it's a shot in the back of Alexi's head. The rest gamble B, Chad.
But does Plopsky clear mid, or does he B-line straight towards B apartments? Hampus and Linus are both already on B. If Plopsky doesn't clear mid, that's a lot of free information right now.
Does he actually stick around?
Plopsky's coming.
Linus is safe.
They're bottlenecked.
And Hampus is already making that AWP work. This is a reawakening finally found as Mantu catches the repeak. Linus has been unchecked. They may assume it's clear because of that molly, you know.
Plopsky flank still coming. They're not expecting it.
Mantu, no wait. He's ready for that. Just moonwalk straight into the FAMAS and another found from Plopsky. I say
That's
that bated breath. Alexi and Val to finish. And OG make quite an announcement, taking down the Ninjas in Pyjamas. They had a deep run already. Form has been checked, and OG looking to make a statement here at IEM Summer.